if you have the correct range, basically what's going to happen is he's going to slam the ground, which is really, really good because hey guys, French per here, and I just got this right there, super happy. So number 6 in the world and number 1 on my own platform, PlayStation, so best Viessa WR. I'm decent, I don't think I'm very good yet, but maybe eventually I will get there. So, Viessa has been kind of, I mean, since she got buffed months ago, right, she has been consistently decent in the game, which is great and fun. And against this Colossus, she's like, I would say in the middle again, in the middle. She's strong, she's fun, but she's not the best. I would say the mechanic around her is fairly easy. The way I played this was fairly simple. I made some adjustments, I made some specific builds, and I also, well, definitely I would say when it comes to the way I executed my strategy, I definitely worked on it first before I played, because I felt like it was more important, this whole weapon strategy execution kind of thing. So I will go over that slowly. There's going to be a step-by-step analysis on this one because it's challenge mode, because it's tough. Just so you know, I didn't do Abyss mode because I felt like I didn't need a warm-up for this one. And yes, warm-up mode, Abyss mode, same thing, right? So yeah, let's just get into it quick. Alright, so the build, Power Beyond, without question the best. As usual, I want to say honestly, sadly this is the best and the others are not really close. But Absolute Zero. So if you don't know, Absolute Zero gives you a 50% critical hit rate increase, okay? And also some extra damage. So basically this is insane. This lets you go to 100% crit rate, as you can see here, okay? Skill critical hit rate max, 100%, okay? Well, cooldown maxed out. Basically the goal is to make my ult come back every 5 seconds, okay? I have a cooldown of 5 seconds, that's insane. So I just spam my ult like crazy while shooting my gun. That's like the strategy. And by saying my gun, I mean the Clairvoyance. Alright, now jumping back and forth between screens, let's stay there. So skill expansion, just to make sure my ult hits every time the boss. That's very easy. If you have that, okay, you hit the boss all the time without having to try. Even if your ult is kind of far away from the boss, you still hit. So very, very smooth, very fun. You don't have this issue that Valby mains have right now, which is your skill is not going to hit all the time. There is RNG into it, which is terrible. So Viessa fun, Viessa smooth, you know. And then, you know, focus for cooldown as well. So for damage, the basic combination of skill inside, concentration, and emergency misuse, front lines, you know, the 4 modes for critical hit rate and critically damage together as usual. Hyper focus, which is massively important in this build. It depends a little bit on luck. Sometimes you're going to trigger the wrong side of this mod, meaning you're going to get more critically damage for your gun, which is not what you want to do. But when you land a firearm critical hit, as you will see, there is the execution for this is very specific, so I really suggest you watch the step-by-step analysis that comes right after, so you will understand how this works without having to think of it or to practice for like maybe an hour or something. Just by listening to me for 5 minutes, you might just get it, you might just save yourself an hour or two, unlike me. Right, so that's about it, very simple. Let's go to the Reactor and the components. So Reactor, Colossus cooldown. So I really tried to get that Reactor this time, because due to the fact that your ult basically hits the boss, let's say 6 or 7 times, maybe more or less, right? You're going to quit, not quit, quit, not quit. So if you have critically damage and skill cooldown, for example, it's not going to be great, because many hits are not crits with your ult, and then you're going to get a massive debuff. But if you have Colossus damage, every attack that you do is going to get massively buffed, okay? So extremely important. Cooldown is obviously insane. I think you gain 1 or 2 seconds on your number 4, but if you spam like me, and I will go over that for console players, I will go over that at some point in the video and show you what I changed on literally I changed my whole setting, settings, like what I press on my controller is different to get to trigger my number 4, okay? So watch really carefully the whole video. Alright, then we have the Hunter Auxiliary Power Duo set, okay? So double set, which gives me skill cooldown minus 4%. So that's literally 1.5 seconds on my ult every time. But 1.5 seconds on my ult, if you think about it, that's equal to basically 1/4 of my ult. So that in a way gives me way more DPS. Then here I went with Enhanced Match Sensor. I wasn't sure which one to pick. However, the Brute skill power 6% and the fact that I already had electric resistance on my set made me pick this one. So as you can see on the cores, I have electric resistance, max HP, electric resistance here, some defense here, some defense here. I went with a bit of everything, which basically gives me defense 21,000 and electric resistance 9,500, okay? So that's why I survived the boss attacks, as you will witness during the gameplay. Let's go to the inversion reinforcement. Quick, I went with ammo system to reload quicker. I could have gone with that. I could have gone with a few different things, but I felt like reloading. I will explain that to you during the step-by-step analysis. You will really understand why this precisely. There is a good reason for that. Selective neural stimulation for more MP. Just having MP all the time without having to go get it is very important. You want to spam like crazy non-stop. Here some extra duration sometimes, which basically extend my number 4 slightly more, so it basically lasts one more time and does damage one more time. Very simple. The Arche tuning. So Arche tuning, I went quick up. Okay. So one thing you want to see, because otherwise it's very hard to guess whatever that is. Frostbite, vulnerability, that's what you want to get. Other than that, critically damage, cooldown, damage, Colossus damage, damage again. Very simple, no, nothing crazy here. Oops. Alright. Now, a very important part that I will go over during the step-by-step analysis again, because this is very specific. So I went on the core with beam rifle, charge gain speed twice, sprint speed twice, 20% both. Helps me a lot. You don't need both, just so you know, that's okay. You can go without. It just makes it easier though. There goes a bit. Very, very specific in order to basically. It's really hard to explain in a simple manner, so I will try to go from there and see if it's fast and if you guys get it. This only works when your beam reaches stage 3, okay? Stage 2 or then stage 3, which is why I want a double core on beam rifle chain charge gain speed, to gain that speed and to gain that effect quick. That sounds more clear, I think. Okay. Then I went to superconductivity charge. Oh, fucking word, sorry. My bad. I went with this to be even faster, to reach stage 2 and 3. Even faster. Then to slow my fire rate like crazy. Refrigerate convert to slow my fire rate like crazy, which you don't want to do usually, but you want to do here. So yeah, 2 months to slow my fire rate like crazy. Or maybe even, I think, yeah, 2. And then I went with obviously magazine to make sure I'm always shooting the boss pretty much non-stop, debuffing him, nerfing him, making him weaker to my Viessa abilities. That's the goal. Choose circulation to do some damage sometimes. I don't know if that works with my ult, but who knows, maybe. And then some edging shot to make sure I quit, because so this helps with the crit as well, okay? Because I need to trigger hyperfocus with this gun, okay? While I'm using abilities constantly. Malevolent to basically destroy the balls when needed. Nothing special here. I guess you could take a look at this. And there we go. I don't use a third gun. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more. And step-by-step analysis. step-by-step analysis is coming right now, so you guys can really understand how to fight this boss and in an enjoyable way. Very good. All right, welcome to the step-by-step analysis of the gameplay, which you guys are usually asking for, so we're not doing it, and it's quite tough, so yeah. So here I'm just farming my 15 stacks for the reinforcement. Okay, just check the number. There's the number on the left, it's green, but it goes up to 15 and gives me a boost in power. Okay. Alright, so here what I was trying to get was this. You see this number? It's orange. Okay, that's a critical hit. Critical hit just triggered hyper focus, which is my mod, which gives me 42% critically damage. Okay, now that's done, I'm a happy Viessa who can use number 4 and get, as you can see here, 7 million damage for hit instead of 5 or 6 million. Okay, so massive increase if you do that every 15 seconds. Okay, for now you will see some sort of a sun, clock sun kind of picture on my screen. Last 15 seconds. 15 seconds later, I try to do the exact same thing multiple times during the whole game to get this boost. Okay. Okay. If the boss goes down like that, that's the only time when you can actually use your number 3 ability and actually hit the boss. So I got an extra 14 million damage because he went down and I timed it correctly. Okay. Here I'm shooting my gun. Don't look at other things, okay? I'm shooting my gun all the time, alright? What is... Okay, let's wait for this to disappear. So, my art just came back. Every 5 seconds I have my art and I need to stop shooting and to use my number 4 again, okay? There you go. Then, as you can see, I have a 5-second timer. I shoot. Oh, well, interesting. Boom. My art is ready. I'm a bit late here. Okay, ooh. Okay, here almost a mistake. Okay, so I decided to not use my actually I didn't. I used my number 4 and triggered hyper focus the wrong way. I'm getting the buff of my gun and on top of my ability, which is really bad. I still need practice. So yeah, skipping forward a little bit. I'm just trying to dodge the boss. If you have the correct range, basically what's going to happen is he's going to slam the ground, which is really good because it's the same as if he was stunned. He's not attacking you with something annoying, so just stay close to him and not too close. So he keeps doing this useless attack and you get to shoot him for free, but it doesn't really do anything that's a threat to you, like this for example. Okay, most of his attacks basically they go from right to left or from left to right depending on where you are going, and they track you at a certain speed. So if you see that you start to get hit, just run or just grapple one time and they're going to have to catch up to you again slowly. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to do here. So as the attacks are coming, even rolling 1 or 2 times, that lets you be kind of ahead when you want to be ahead, okay? So yeah. So basically, it's all about, again, timing, hyper focus, making sure you don't get hit. Also get hit sometimes, it's okay. Making sure you keep shooting as much as possible. Spamming a number 4 every... Well, the cooldown is 5 seconds, which basically makes you have to spam it every 4 seconds, I would say. So yeah, let's watch this for a bit. See if there is something else. Okay, number 3 again. If you want to be first, if you want the world record, this is the kind of little things you have to think of sometimes. So that's how that helps. Okay, console players, what I did here, as you can see, I'm quite fast. I switched from R2 to R1 when it comes to attacking. So my number 4, as you can see on the screen, I only have to press right stick once to set it up. Then I press R1 to fire it, okay? So right now I'm spamming R3 and I just press R1 one time, okay? So you can do this while aiming at the boss. You don't have to aim at the ground to place your number 4, okay? You need to practice it, but yeah. Okay, now the boss is going to spawn boss, you don't care, okay? If you stay under the boss, okay. But something I do myself, and I don't think I've seen anybody else do it. So after the boss spawns about, if you go under him, he's going to do that super cool attack that you see coming from right, okay? So he's going to slam the ground and be busy for 5 or 6 seconds. And you get to shoot him, that's what I like to do. So every time he spawns the bots, or he's about to, oh, something else is coming in. So when he charges himself, and you see a big ball in his mouth, that sounds a bit weird. Or anyways, when the StormHanger has a ball in his mouth, you want to shoot it with your number 1 ability, okay? You will destroy it in 1 or 2 shots most of the time, so it's very, very easy. Then you get you get to just spam for free. Shoot him like crazy, make sure you get your critical hit going on, everything going on, hyper-focus going on, okay. Alright, so you have to shoot 1 orange ball at least to protect you during the next few minutes, okay? So done. Then you also have to shoot those 2 red balls eventually. I would say maybe you don't have to shoot them, but it's a much better choice because he gets a damage buff when these balls are up, okay? So make sure you shoot them at some point in the game. You don't waste time to shoot them. You go, you shoot them 2 or 3 times, that's it. Very simple, okay? And boom, there we go again. Okay, now, a fun phase. I normally do not die, and I just... I will let you look a little bit. I spam a number 4, spam a number 4 again. I dodge what's on the ground as well. After the big attack, he always fires from above, so something like that. Okay, I think that's pretty much enough. I don't think there is much more to see. So, that's it. That's how you get Worldrecord. With Viessa, that's how I guess... Guys, just so you know, I'm doing this for fun. I played her 2 hours to get that. Especially, I worked hard on the build first. I built her really well first. I made sure I had my gun build on point. It's way more important than you would think. The Clairvoyance build is super, I would say, necessary. So work on this first. Then work on your execution in the game and on the gameplay itself. But know that for this one really work. And the Clairvoyance that's like her gun. So to me it's super cool to build it, to have a unique build on the gun for her. So yeah, I think those are the tips that I can give you guys that should let you be able to do this just like me, and you will see this becomes easy. If you have enough movement speed on your gun, you should be able to dodge most of the attacks from the boss and to just keep spamming him and doing a whole bunch of massive damage with your number 4. So yep, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more. Tell me if you enjoy this step-by-step analysis, if it's useful to you, because that's really the point. I think it's a pretty hard challenge, and that's why I do this. So yep, see you next time. Bye bye.